So surreal. You my queen and you know the deal. Know the deal. I want you to bear my seed. Bear my seed.
Name's Hellz, yeah. Hellzya! Exclamation.
Okay.
Born and raised in Brooklyn. You know, artist, producer, engineer, known as New York's Triple Threat. You know, one of the best artist producers to ever
Really?
exist.
That's confident.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like at the level that I'm doing it at, you know, being that, you know, I do produce for other artists and I write my own stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's not like I've got a writer or I got a team of producers
Right.
that I'm working with. You know what I mean? That's no shots to anybody
Right.
else. But if you're an artist producer, you know what I mean? When you speak of artist producers,
You have a little bit better insight.
yeah. I think I am probably, you know, I gotta be top 3.
Oh.
I don't even know who's.
I was gonna say
I don't even know. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even.
If you top 3 love.
Yeah, I don't know. This is what, you know what I mean? Because you know, I come from a long lineage of great MCs. When you speak of Kane, when you speak of Jay, when you speak of Big, right? When you speak of Jay, when you speak of Big, Kane, you know, that's the bloodline that I come from when it comes to my art. You know, when it comes to being an artist, comes to being an MC. You know, the production wise, who I really looked up to was Dr. Dre. You know, and going back further than that, you know, we had the Curtis Mayfield.
What about Curtis Mayfield inspires you, or what about him do you admire?
It was the feeling in the soul that was in his music. You know, when he wrote for other artists. You know, when he wrote To Be Invisible for Gladys Knight, and you know, it was just like, that feels. And, you know, older cats, like, they love making music. This is something that you don't find anymore.
Yeah.
You know, people who just genuinely love making music. You know what I mean? And you can hear it in their music. You know what I mean? That they love making music. You know what I mean? So that's where, you know, I feel I fit in. I'm a studio rat. Those people helped me be the person I am now. Because those were the things that I paid attention to. You know, it's like when you hear a record, you could tell that they was having a good time in the studio making it. You know, so
Earth, Wind & Fire is always like that.
You hear those records, you'd be like, yo, they was having fun. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what I want my music to convey. People to feel whatever I was feeling at the time I was recording. You know, so.
And I think that's what a great artist does. Is you know, able to put that emotion, you know,
project emotion,
and put it out so everybody else can feel what they was feeling. Right.
So those influences definitely helped me and molded me, you know, and not just, you know, from the production, but the artist and even the engineer point of view, because listening to where everything was placed, you know, listening to where instruments were placed, sometimes you would hear the bass only on the left-hand side. You know, why?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But,
you want to hear it on the right too.
But if you think about it, your heart is on the left-hand side.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So,
I didn't think
you know, maybe that's the connection that they was using. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just using my own intelligence, you know what I mean, to say, hey, maybe they was trying to affect the heart, because you can, you know, in music, you can use music to dictate your heartbeat. So, you know, it's those little nuances in music that you listen to, and if you pay attention to, if you become a student, you know, you'll pick up on those things, and you know, you can incorporate it in your music.
Yeah, I always love those little, you know, parts of a song that I know we all have parts of a song that we really like even if it's just an ad lib, or even if it's just a snare or something, like in a perfect spot. You know, I think we all kind of pick that up in a song we like.
Exactly.
That's what's up.
Boy, when I was about 9, I started writing rhymes. I was about 9 years old. And you know, nothing serious. But I just love that. I love writing. I love.
Do you remember your first?
No. Good Lord, no. Like, it's probably in a box somewhere because I know I saved it.
Okay.
So I know it's in a box somewhere in my life. But no, I don't remember it for the life. You know, I was there with Smooth the Hustler recorded Broken Language.
Oh wow.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
Like, I was there when they created the style, actually. You know, and just being mesmerized by that whole environment. And watching VR make beats and stuff like that. It was just like, he would walk out of the room and I would tap on his MP and play with the drums here and there a little bit. You know what I mean? And from then, it was something that I wanted to do, from being an artist, because, like I said, I had loved producing. So a few years after, things, turmoil happened with different people and everybody just kind of went their own separate way. I just said, hey, I'm gonna focus on myself. I put out my first official album in 2013 called Grynd. And then from there, I was just like, I'm just keep doing me.
Okay.
I actually produced that whole first album, except for 2 tracks. It was like 14 cuts on it. And it did pretty well for considering that I didn't have the resources that I have now as far as commercial team, things of that nature. So I felt like now was a good time to put out another album, being that these resources are available.
Right. All right. So let's talk about your album. And we got it right there. Glory, No Pain. Let's talk about the title first.
That's the single.
I'm sorry, the single. Okay, so what's the title? Is it a self-titled
no,
or?
it's actually called The Essence.
Okay. Oh yeah.
And I called it The Essence because I did want to take it back, being from the East Coast, being from Brooklyn, New York. I did want to take it back to that sound, that grit. You know what I mean? That sample, those hard drums, the boom bap type of sound. Period. DJ Mousetrap out of Dallas, he produced the whole project. I'm a mixture of quite a few folks along with my own.
How do you think that this generation, but how do you think this generation will, if they listen to your album, what would they say? What do you think they would say?
I have been thinking different and think on a higher level, on a higher vibration. What they would say, I don't know.
I'm just having you play devil's advocate.
They be high. You know what I mean? Like, my cousin and I, we talk about this. It's like the game is ran by drug addicts now.
Yeah.
Now we respect the customer instead of the hustler.
What legacy would you like to leave on this earth?
Good music. It's good music. Being a respectable black man, and being known for a person who found his own way, and help others find their own way. Because you ain't gotta follow my footsteps. Make some footsteps alongside me. That's what I want, and to help people find the better selves within them, and stop responding to, stop being a slave to their animal instinct. We're human beings. We gotta think on a higher level. Yeah, buy my shit, man. Nah. Try to expect my mind is study, my more needs the best buy. My style is what you